before we get into that conversation, so 2015, 2017, correct me if I'm wrong, 2019 or was it 2020 that you got a military merit?
Pandemic.
So
Yes.
2020.
Yes.
Oh, shucks. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So during the pandemic, syempre, natigil yung ating competitions. We're not even allowed to stay outside, di ba, to train. Mga indoor. So syempre, ibang tao, nabaliw. Isa na ako doon. So what I did was, I finally tried to pursue yung para naging interest ko into entering the military service as a volunteer. So what they call is reservist. So I entered the reservist, and part of which I also joined a foundation where they were doing relief missions. So with that, with si Coach Alvin, kaibigan ko, we were traveling together with the military, with our foundation, to Tingloy, Batangas, down south, and up to Tarlac, just to give out relief missions from donations. And after a couple of months, I was issued an order of award, a military merit for my service to this mission. So, yun. Yung time na everyone was staying at home, we were out there doing other service for the country.
What does it mean to you to be able to do that? I mean, just to be, first, you were recognized talaga as a world-class athlete. Pero ito, you're being recognized now as somebody who's making time, going out of their way, risking your life. It was during the pandemic to help out other people.
Parang ginusto ko talaga to. I really wanted to do this without expecting a military medal. I never knew may mga ganun eh. For that sense, pinasok ko lang talaga in a sense that I wanted I just wanted to help. I just wanted to do something that rather than just staying at home, using your phone, diba? Para sa akin, para sa bang indoor training or training in general, wala naman competition, there's no goal. Unlike here, people needed us. People needed help. And when my friend asked if I was interested to help in the relief mission, sabi ko, say no more. Let's do it anywhere.
Galing. That's it. It's being selfless. Sharing love to others by just serving them. That's amazing.
Sarap na feeling.
Yeah. Nothing beats that, right?
And it reminds us of how we're so blessed where we are today. That, diba, we're being told to stay at home. Sa ibang tao, wala nga sila mga homes, diba? They try to keep thinking of how can they eat food. Tayo, parang kain lang sa loob. Magpag-grab ka na lang. So it reminds us, to be grateful. Those are the things what happened in pandemic.
I guess it's a reminder also na, in your position, it's a privilege to be able to do that, to be able to help out other people. Kasi sabi mo, yung iba, naghahanap ng pagkain and tayo, we're told to just stay at home. But other people don't really have a choice. They have to go out. Kailangan nila gumawa ng pera. So it is a privilege. It is our duty to help out our kababayans if we can.
Amazing. So what is your life now? Like, explain to us, what do you do as Nico right now? Like, you still a triathlete? You still do service? You're a family man or
Or still a commercial model?
Yeah, commercial.
No.
Say cheese.
When I retired from the national team, I pursued one of my what ifs in life to enter corporate. So I entered government for 1 year in BCDA, and then the following year I entered the Philippine Olympic Committee. Doon kami nagtrabaho ni Denise.
POC.
Philippine Olympic Committee, yes. So, couple of months after, sinalang na ako sa Olympics. Baptism of fire.
Explain mo yung role mo, Nico, in the POC.
So now I entered the POC as the head of marketing. So I was one of the responsible people for the partnership of the Team Philippines. For example, with Samsung or
Brands.
Brands. Itong outfit na to. I was one of the people that, facilitated the memorandum of agreement at yung maging suot ng Team Philippines to the Olympics. So this is my...
Baka may extra large dyan.
Oo nga, sasabihin ko nga, bakit parang di ako nakatikim ng jacket na yan?
Hey, we have to earn it though. We have to be a part of the team though.
Hindi, but okay, going back, Nico, you're part of the POC now, and you see what's happening. Yung technicalities of it all. What do you see? I mean, from your perspective now, kasi syempre yung perspective mo dati being lang atleta all you have to worry about is just competing. Pero ngayon, you have to worry about your job and worry about making sure that our athletes get everything that they need.
Yes. So we always think about the welfare of the athletes. And I'm thankful that I'm part of the Olympic Committee who knows what the athletes need, coming from being an athlete. And from what I'm seeing right now, over the course of the years, Philippine sports is getting a lot better. Nakikita ko yung synergy na both from the Olympic Committee and the Philippine Sports Commission and then the private sector funding a lot of these athletes directly and the NSAs. And when they get funding, they can do more training camps abroad to be more exposed and then be ready for the competition.
What's the biggest struggle still? I mean, I'm sure
Bureaucracy, number one. And then government funding. We have the funds. Get it. Everyone gets it. But to request that fund takes a lot of time. And time is of the essence when it comes to sports. Magre-request ka ng flight, kailangan 3 months before. Minsan may mga patawag na competition 1 month before. So, nagagawin mo? You're too late. You won't be able to request that funding because it takes a while to get approvals. So, that's where private funding comes in. Because if you're directly privately funded, you can cash advance it or you can book your personal flight and then in the hopes na ma-reimburse. Something like that. Pero sa akin, I'd rather make all these national athletes live like pro athletes. Kasi pag pro athletes, you're not subject to government funding. You rely on your self-funding through sponsors. But at least you have the liberty to move around in the most efficient way. Like the Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, that's all we want. If as an athlete, we all want to be like the Manny Pacquiao, right? Because he does it. He does, everything. He's got a team to take care of everything, from finances to accommodation to lahat training camps, coaches. He's really well sustained. Pero yung mga athletes natin, but you've seen the difference, right? From our time where we were in the Philippine team, kaysa sa ngayon.
Ay, sobra. Ang layo
Sobra.
na. In a good way, to be honest.
Yes.
So, for one, I was a former chairman of the Athletes Commission ng Olympic Committee for 2 terms. That's 8 years. So, I was parang president ng Athletes Association. And I saw the potential and opportunities. And one of which is that the social media aspect. National athletes can easily monetize their credibility. Yan. And turn it into fame. And from fame, they can turn it into leverage to get sponsors. So that's the four-part process of it.
Hindi kailangang clutch ang panunood. Head on over to Clutch Talks on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts for the full episode. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe on Clutch Talk Social na rin para hindi mahuli sa Usapang Clutch.